Good morning, everyone. I've started the recording, so good morning, everybody. I'm hoping everything's going to work okay. I have no participants in my Zoom session this morning, which I'm pretty used to because I actually teach online and I'm frequently running my biology lessons on my own. So it's not, I'm not too concerned. My email is Lorraine at lorrainelawsonauthor.com. LorraineLawsonauthor.com is also my website. So if you need to get hold of me, that's how is going to be the quickest way. And today is an unpacking of my How to Run Happy book. I'm on Zoom and I need to, if I want to share a different screen, I've got to go out of here and go somewhere else. So there might be slight delays as we go. If I don't have anyone turning up today, I will go much faster than if I had people interacting. So, welcome. This is the first slide. I've got my timer running because I only have until 8:30 this morning. It's now 8:02. And so I've sort of given myself a couple of minutes for each of the slides. You can see there's only 11 slides we're gonna whiz through anyway. So why did I write this book? Well, when I started running, I didn't have anyone helping me. My husband is a runner, Larry, and he did give me all the information I needed. So he was a great coach. But I didn't really feel like I was good enough to go and join a running club or anything. I felt really embarrassed that people were going to wait for me. I was going to get lost, and then I was going to, yeah, it just wasn't very good. So when I started my running journey and I started doing half marathons, ultras, I decided to share the information with other beginners so that they can build the confidence. So our running club, the one that I started up called Dynamic Running, that we want you to turn up as a walker before you even run so that we can teach you how to run, because then you don't have to relearn and try and reskill later with bad habits. So what I did was I ran these beginner runner clinics for the club. And I used to give everybody a little worksheet or a summary at the end of each session. They used to run for 6 weeks, 4 times a term, 4 times a year. And I just, yeah. So then I decided I'm just putting that all in a book, which is where this book came from. What else can I tell you today? I did not change this slide because I just thought it was hilarious. You know how PowerPoint will come up with suggestions for images, and it came up with a bear, and I went, "What giving a bear for this one?" When the title is "Your Why Matters," anyway, it's because of the quote from Nietzsche. He who has a why to live can bear almost anyhow. All right. So if you know why you want to do something, that's already 90% of the battle won. So you got to always keep that why right in front of your face. You need to remind yourself frequently, why did you decide to take up running? What was the reason? If that reason's not strong enough, you are not going to make it. Okay. You're just not going to have motivation to keep going. So I talk a lot about the why and developing habits in the book to help you establish those and suggestions and ideas on how you can do it. I do have 6 golden rules. I got lots of rules, right? I'm a scientist. I think, although I've done a lot of work on mindfulness and that, I do traditionally think like in really black and white, like you follow the rules and you'll be all good. So I can't get away from that. That's my personality. So you just got to bear with me and adjust this to suit your own. I'm just going to show you the rules straight from the book. Now, let me see if I can now stop sharing and start sharing somewhere else. Okay, share. Why is my hovercam not coming up? Oh, there. Okay. So the book that you're going to receive, which is free, is not actually a book yet. It's a PDF in the format ready to go for print as a paper copy. So this is not what they call an EPUB, which is an electronic, it will be like the electronic version of the book that would be placed on Amazon for Kindle and that sort of thing. This one is when you print it out, it's like a book, right? So it's not the best user-friendly option, but at least you have it, right? So there's my 6 golden rules. Number 1, get yourself some good shoes. You don't have good shoes, you are looking for trouble. You will get injured. Your body doesn't like not being protected properly. I have quite a bit of information about how to select the best shoes. Resist the urge to do too much too soon. That's the second biggest mistake the beginner runner does. They get so excited, they just go, oh yeah, no, I'll just run 7 days a week, and I'll also go to the gym 3 times a week. And oh my goodness, all right, suddenly you're increasing your load on your body substantially without the body being ready for it. Your mind might be ready, but your body is not. Very dangerous, exceeding the old traditional formula for how much do I increase my distance each week. It's 10%. Okay. As a beginner, it's probably more than that, but just be wary that you do not do more than what you need to do, right? As an ultra runner, people go, oh, how do you run ultra marathons? If you don't know what that is, it's when you run distances greater than a marathon. So a marathon's 42.2 kilometers, and an ultra is anything longer than that. When I'm training for my ultra marathons, I do not take one more step than I need. All right. If my training program says go out for a 1 hour run, I go for a 1 hour run. I don't go for 1 hour's 10 minutes. I don't run until oh, my Garmin's got to tick over to full kilometer. No, I'm walking around during the course of the day. I'll pick that one, that other 300 meters up while I'm doing other stuff. So be very careful. Do not do too much too soon. Slow down. Okay. For the beginners, this program's not about speed. Learning how to run fast is an entirely different thing from learning how to run safely. That's what we're doing. All right. So just forget the speed thing. Forget, oh, I got to go do a park run. I got to get a PB every week. Just forget it. Right. For 10 weeks, just put that all aside. Just don't be competitive. Don't judge yourself against someone else. Run at an easy pace most days. Well, you are going to be running at an easy pace every day. Okay. So you only need to run 3 days a week, and it's going to be very low key. You are not sprinting. You are not doing anything very hard. You are just building in what we call endurance. So you prepping the body to be dealing with stress that's going to come later when you are strong enough. Plan ahead. Oh, this is my favorite, right? I just love to plan. I plan years in advance as to stuff that I'm going to be doing. So have a plan in terms of what are you actually trying to do? When are you trying to do it? Because if you want to do a 5-kilometer race, don't have to do a race, but if you did, you probably want to book that now. Go about 10 weeks from now, 8 to 10 weeks from now, or longer, whatever, doesn't matter. Go and see what's available in your region, or if you're traveling somewhere, look what's available there. If you don't want to pay for a race, you can just go do a park run. That's free. Okay. And so have a plan. In the book, I also give you 3 sets of plans. The one that you do all the time is the actual weekly planning. right? That's what the 3 sessions I need to do for the week. There's a training program in the book of 3 levels to help you with that. But also there are other levels of planning. So you'll have your weekly plan, but you'll also have like about a 6-week block, and you'll also have a yearly block, right? So that it really pays off having a plan, because then you just follow your plan. Okay. If it says run every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday, well, you know what? I'm running every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. I'm not going to the movies. I'm not going shopping. I'm not going to the dentist. I'm busy at that time. I cannot do anything else. I have to go for my run. All right. Plan and you will be successful. Let it go. If you do miss a run, seriously, you can't make it up. Okay. Sad to say, you're not going to make things up. So if I miss my run on Monday, bad luck. My next run is on Thursday, because that is my plan. My plan is not now, oh, well, maybe I'll squeeze it in on Thursday, on Tuesday afternoon when I've got a spare half hour. No, no, right? You follow your plan, and you got to just let things go. Don't worry about it. All right, so let me stop that and go back to my PowerPoint. Now, like I said, there are plenty of other rules. Some of those include stay on the flat. You are not doing any hill running. You do not impress me by saying, oh, I ran that hill and I walked that hill that everyone does. Townsville's got a favorite hill that everyone goes on. Cairns got one. I live in Cairns in far north Queensland. And yeah, no, stay off the hills, right? Hill training to run on hills and training to run up and down hills is, again, a completely different skill that you don't learn those skills in beginner running. I have got advanced running programs as well, right? For the intermediate runner and for the advanced runners that will train you how to run hills and things like that. This is not what you're trying to do now. You're just building endurance. You're just getting your body strong enough to cope with those things coming later. I'll give you, oh, I'm sitting in the, can I? Oh, excuse me. The book's got only a couple of diagrams. I think there's about 5 diagrams. This is one of them. And you would have seen something like this quite frequently, if you have looked at any type of technique training or using the correct runners, the form for running. It's got to do with how you orientate the body for posture and how your foot lands under the hips by leaning, all that sort of stuff. That's all explained in the book. So the book's broken down into different, each week, there are 10 weeks. Each week follows the same format. So I start with a bit of an introduction and a little bit of getting you excited. Then let me just use an example. Then I give you some technique training. For example, this, I would be explaining how to do that. Then I give you some drills that you can try. Not necessarily every week, but there are drills throughout that are very handy to just make the body aware of where you want to be in space. And then I have tips for runners. So if you want to have a look at the PDF and you don't want to read the whole book, and you go, oh, the tips for runners sounds like a good idea. Maybe I will just go to every chapter and look at the tips, right? Because there's about 3 or 4 tips per chapter. Then I've got a Q&A. That's the questions that every beginner runner has asked me 100 times, all right? Do I run in the rain? It's raining today. I'm not running in the rain. Yes, you are. Okay. So then there's a Q&A. And then there is a run happy reflection. That's probably one of my favorites, because that's where you journal about your own journey and you keep a record, either digital or seriously, just go buy yourself a nice journal book, write in it, okay? Because you won't remember this stuff that you're learning now. And you won't remember the feelings and thoughts you had 5 or 10 years from now when you're an ultra runner and you go, oh, wow, how did I get where I am now? Let me read my journal from when I started. Very interesting. Okay. So there's really nice reflective questions in the journal and in the journal prompts, and they build on each other and flow. And I'll bring you back to, I'll say, go back to week 4 and have a look at the journal entry when you're in week 7. Okay. So that you can remind yourself of that. Why are you here and what do you want to do? Where am I? Then there's a whole range of additional resources that you can access. So for example, this tracker, that's not in the book as such, but you can find it on my website and you can record information. See all of these cues there, those 11 things, that's all things that I teach you in the book, not in one go, because you really need to start first with your posture. You have to get your breathing right. This can take weeks to get that sorted. All right. If you're not already a person that breathes correctly through your nose and pause, having a pause at the top end of your breath. So breathe in, pause, breathe out. Okay. Sometimes breathing out for longer than you're breathing in is also advantageous. The shoulders, the nose breathing, all right, all this stuff, those are pretty much all chapters in the book, and you will build. So it will take you 10 weeks to work through all of that. You're not going to do all of that stuff in one go. You really want to just focus on one thing at a time. Get that right. Don't be in a hurry. Do it right now. Do it slowly. Do it correctly. Focus on one thing. Get it right. Work on it, and then add the next thing. Okay? Don't try and add it all. Do everything, and then nothing's, in the end, you remember nothing and it doesn't work. The one there's a few of these that I struggled with for years, right? So for example, when you want to have good posture, very first thing you do is you look down at your feet and you check whether both your feet are facing straight. Like, are your toes facing forward? And are your feet under your hips? So are your feet hip width apart? And when you look down, are you standing evenly on both feet with your toes facing forward? You're not leaning on one hip and your one toe is done out like this, like a little ballerina, right? Women especially like to stand with their feet like that, or you stand on one foot and the other foot's like leaning. I normally in the supermarket, all right, in the queue, I will look at everybody standing, and it's frightening to see how many people have very poor posture. It took me months and months to get that right, so that anytime I look down, my feet are always facing forward and I'm always standing hip width apart, and I'm standing on both feet evenly. That took me a long, long, long time to get there. But you can teach yourself new skills. You can teach your body to do that, and you can retrain your mind, which is exactly what we're doing here. Even if you're an existing runner and you want to improve your performance, or you want to improve your form, all this beginner stuff is golden, right? You will learn heaps, even if you're already a runner. Build resilience, what I sort of already spoke about that, but a lot of the book evolves around keeping you motivated, keeping you on track, keep reminding you why you're wanting to do this, providing advice and ideas and suggestions on how you can continue to become stronger mentally, to continue to do this. Running is not easy. That's why a lot of people don't do it, right? It's just hard work. You go, oh no, that's too hard. That's too much hard work. I'm not working hard. But the payoff is also amazing, right? So if you actually persist, you feel confident. And if you have the knowledge, you can utilize the knowledge to then build your endurance. Well, there isn't anybody with me today, so there are no Q&A questions. So I'm going to skip past that one. I was giving that one the most time for today, but anyway, that's all good. Now to access my book, I will send an email I think I have actually already done it. All right. Everyone that is on my email list can now already access the PDF. It's through a place called Book Funnel. So I'll just show you this PowerPoint first. And it will look something like this. All right. So there is the link that you've got to type in. Don't know if you can see that. Let me make, oh my goodness, if it was me, I can't see anything. My eyesight is so poor. Can I make this bigger? Okay, so there's the that's what you need to type into your browser. And if you're on my email list, you will be able to access the PDF. It's going to take you to a place called Book Funnel, and you can download it from there. So this is literally what you will see when you do it, right? When you do it, you've got to put in your email. You've got to use exactly the same email that you signed onto my email list, because if you don't, it's not going to work, right? No other email is going to get you in to that PDF. Only you can access that PDF. You cannot send this to someone else and say, oh, here's a free book, have a look at it, right? They've got to sign on to my email list. I've got to put them into Book Funnel first, and then they can also access the PDF. It's free for everybody. I don't care who gets it, right? Everyone can have it, but you can't get it without giving me your email. If you can't open it, then potentially you are using the wrong email, or you typed your email incorrectly, either to me or when you try to get in. So when you open that email, they will ask you for your email address, and then you get another email that's this and there. Get my book, start reading in your browser. You can do either of those two, and you'll get access to the PDF. All right. And then the last thing for today, and it's available for 2 weeks. And then the last thing for today is just because I think I have got the email for this. Yeah, right. You can download resources like trackers, playlists, gear lists. There's a whole bunch of stuff on this this page on my website, where you just go to run-happy-resources, and you'll find that tracker. There's a habit tracker in there. There's the training program. There's a cheat sheet. There's a whole range of additional resources there that's not in the book itself, that you can access for free as well. So if you do have any questions, or you can't access your book, they will actually give you in this email, they will actually give you a link that you can talk to someone in Book Funnel. But all I can say is, if you can't access your book, there's something missing. Either I don't have your email and I have not put you in, or just change this in case you want to see that. I don't have your email, or you've typed in the wrong email. That's pretty much the only reason. Okay. So I hope you enjoy my book, and I would not mind if you give me a review. You don't have to review the whole book. You can just review the Q&A section, or the tips for runners section, or the training program, or whatever, right? You can review just the golden rules and write about what you thought about those. Doesn't really matter, because on these reviews, if you're doing a review, for example, you place a review in Amazon, you can go and edit that review at any time. So you can put a review in, and then you can go change it later if you want to review the whole book rather than just a section of it. But the way Amazon works is, the more reviews I have, the more the book will come up in the listings, and people will find it. So obviously, you doing one review makes a huge difference to me being able to access more people to give the book to. And I will send an email with a bit more detail on that. You can review the book by making a comment, or you can even email me with some, hey, Lorraine, that doesn't look right. Okay. The book has gone through 2 editors. And so there are bound to be some errors that all of us have missed. And I'm happy to edit it because I can still edit it. It's not on Amazon yet, right? I don't have all the documentation yet to put it on Amazon. I'm also going to put it on Ingram Spark, but that's only happening in the middle of August, which is why this link expires in 2 weeks' time, right? Because by then, by the 17th of August, I cannot do any more changes. So anything I want to change, I need to do before then, which is why I'm sending you the book for free so that you can have a skim through it and you can do reviews, and you can, you won't be posting them just yet, but you can write one. It's like a paragraph, right? 3 sentences is enough. And if you do like your editing and you want to pull me up on some things, then you can. It's written for an Australian audience, and it's used the Australian style guides. So the way that the layout, the formatting of the book, and the spelling of the book evolves around that, not an American or a UK format, spelling formatting. All right. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Well, nobody came along, but hopefully you're watching the recording. And I'll catch up again next time.